Hey, like a kid at Christmas, I've been waiting on Santa Claus, except in my case it's Ricardo and Maribel and crew, and they're here. And unfortunately, we're greeted by severe heavy rainstorm and wind. The yard was just mowed yesterday and it looks terrible. There's fronds everywhere, tons of water, and this is not going to be good because we'll be working in the basement today. And it probably flooded in there. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, a lot of water. Oh well, we're gonna go inside, take a look, and see what we can do. Maribel and I are about to go to Home Depot and buy the lumber, but I had quite a surprise when I went to turn on the lights. I stepped in some kind of animal poop. There's more on the landing down there. So all kinds of things are making their home in the basement. All the more reason to get it sealed up. Just some more effects of that storm that moved through. The guys are getting the van unloaded, and they are going to actually start with breaking up the sidewalk. This is what we got dinged on as a safety hazard by our liability insurance company. So all this has to go, and the concrete dump site is open today, so that's good. But while Maribel and I go buy lumber, they're getting the big guns out to finish breaking this up. So my guess is by the time we get back, they'll have it all done and you won't get any video of it. So here's the before. We'll see what it looks like in 40 minutes or so when we're back with the lumber. All their things out of the van. Ooh, he brought the concrete saw. These guys are so fast. I may actually have another project they can do with that today. And I don't have any sand, so I will need to ask them about that for the mortar for the well. Oh, Maribel, we don't have any sand for the mortar, so do we need to get that at Home Depot too, or?
No, we bring some.
Is that what this is out here? You brought a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That was sand that I saw out there. Okay. So that's the problem when you have a bunch of random work to do, is making sure they have the right tools. So I had given Maribel the list earlier of what needed to be done, so I think they have everything they need. So we're gonna head out. Maribel and I ride again. The ladies are off. And she's better at driving this big van than I am. I've done it, but I'm not used to it, so I'm glad she's going with me. Whoops. Getting out the gate always makes me nervous. Out the gate. Listen to me talk. Out of the gate. I am so sloppy. And we're off. My New Year's resolution was to try to remember to film more of the activity at the house. I always get so busy that I forget. And as we were driving by, I thought, well, why not jump out, go grab the tripod and leave my phone and set it on hyperlapse and record what they're doing while we're gone. So Maribel pulled over, I ran, got the tripod and set it up so you guys can see these guys work. The concrete walk is in such bad shape that they really didn't have to use the big jackhammer. They were just able to use the pry bar and the sledgehammer to get this into manageable pieces. Most of it could just be pried up and picked up the way it was. went to help Joe for a few minutes and they tried to bring the van in to load the concrete. I could have told them that wasn't a good idea. It's too wet and this ground just won't support the weight, and certainly not the weight once it's loaded with concrete. So it's not a big deal. This is going to get destroyed anyway when they do the roof, because we'll have to bring in the big lift, and then we'll bring in the bobcat and get the stump out and regrade this anyway once we finish that roof work before we get a sidewalk in. So now they're using my new sidewalk as a driveway to get loaded. But this stuff is heavy and they need to be as close as they possibly can. If you notice, there's no rebar in this concrete at all. It doesn't take much to break it up. The concrete dump site is down harbor side, which runs down the harbor side of the island. And when I drove in this morning to double check to make sure that they were open, the street was completely flooded. I had a very hard time getting through. I don't know what time the rain stopped down here, but Harborside takes quite a while to drain. And even a couple hours later here, as we were taking this first load, there was water very high in parts of the street. Last time they had us dump just right here. They had us dump right here on the... They're unloading and I have to look for stuff because people throw away good things. And look what I found right here, a Texas brick. And if you know me, I collect bricks and I don't have one of those. So I definitely need that. There's some more in there. I'm not sure if I want to go dig around to get them. But I spotted a couple of these, which are cool. Not sure what I'd do with that. But I also found a perfectly intact bottom of a bird bath or some kind of pedestal, or maybe a table. I think I need that. I might need that. Oh, look. There's another one hiding under there. Might need that. Okay. Ricardo's going to be sorry he brought me. But he just wanted to make sure it was open in case I had to call and get somebody to come open the gate. Ooh, there's another one of those. So God bless Ricardo. I brought him over here and pointed to this and said, I want that, kind of sheepishly. And he immediately pointed to this and said, don't you want that too? So he knows me very well and he likes me anyway. He also spotted this one. He's learned. I'm banned from going to the concrete dump site. Came back with as much as I took. Oh well.
As president of the nonprofit, Jamie gets all the really cool jobs.
When I get out there, can you turn the water on for me? Watch that hit me not. That'll hit me in the eye.
You might want to hold that a little closer to the end.
So what we need is a lost time accident on day 3 of the new year.
Don't put your eye out. I don't think we want to show them what it looked like before. I'm going in. And we do have a company that comes and cleans this, but sometimes the timing is off, and after it gets cleaned, it gets unclean again.
Okay, I'm gonna need a stick or something. What I need is a hazmat suit. Oh my God.
So our number one goal for the year is to get the roof fixed, but our number two goal is...
Number 2, that was funny. That's causing the problem.
It's a flushing toilet.
Okay, I'm getting splashback. I need safety glasses. I need safety glasses. I'm not kidding. I'm going to get safety glasses. Turn the water off.
It rained really hard the other night, and we know because the pond is full, but on the plus side, there were no leaks inside the house. So we were expecting to find water in the house, and we did not. So that's always a good thing.
Okay, this is a hazmat situation. I'm getting splashback. I have safety glasses on, my hair covered. I took off my coat, and I have tools. If I'm not out in 5 minutes, call for help.
I'll stand back here.
Okay.
Inquiring minds want to know.
And you know what'll happen is the guy will come clean it 5 minutes after I do this.
Okay, that was gross.
Yes, that was gross. It is gross. Oh my God, it's so disgusting. Did you get that shot of me bending over?
Here, is it too disgusting to film?
No, don't come in.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't going to go in. I was just going to peek around the door.
It's probably actually some YouTube violation to show that. I actually don't even know how this happens. And Joe and I could go down to the Lucas and use the bathroom, but these guys that are working deserve better than this. So this is my job to take care of my workers. Restoration is glamorous.
This is the part they don't show you on all the
This is what you don't see on HGTV. This is what they pay people to do. After all my scrubbing, they are here to clean the porta potty. I knew it was going to happen. It ended up taking most of the day to get this concrete out and hauled to the dump. I think there were 3 or 4 trips in total. And remember, this is a safety issue. It's not something we budgeted or planned for this year, but it was called to our attention by our liability insurance carrier. And once a safety issue is identified, according to our rules, we have to fix it. And I really could not argue with this, since it was a simple kind of trip and fall in the backyard that was responsible for breaking my ankle. So better that it happened to me than somebody visiting the property. We had already done our big sidewalks out front, and we do have this in our plan next year to get a new sidewalk in, but it needs to be done after the roof work is finished so it won't get damaged. So there is a change in the sequence, but that's okay. It's not a huge budget item to get it removed, and we do try to be as safe as we possibly can.
Oh, are you going to pretend like you dug all this up?
I did, yeah. I've been busy. No, I did come out here to help, although it's warmed up, it's turned beautiful, and I'm overdressed, but I found a new problem. So if we leave it like this, then we have a tripping hazard of people coming up here. So I was going to slope this down, and when I started digging to slope it down, there's
it's like a curb.
The original concrete curb. And over the years, it's just been filled up with dirt and buried. So now I've got to dig.
You gonna take out the curb?
Well, I'm gonna have to.
I feel like there's another solution here.
It goes kind of deep.
So why were you saying you couldn't just leave it as an edge?
Because I can't have an edge. It's a tripping hazard. I would have to bring in dirt and fill all this up flat. And when we pour the new sidewalk, it can't be there. Anyway, it's kind of like an infomercial. But wait, there's more.
There's always something.
There's always something.
For what? Because you might want to curb someplace else.
No, you pour it. You put a form up and then pour continuous
Well, I might
concrete.
want to curb at my house.
No, you don't want this.
Yes, I do.
No.
Yes, I do. You can paint them.
No, you cannot. Now Joe's being really silly.
No. This is part of the house. We save everything.
We don't save this.
Okay, we should take a poll.
No, we're not.
Who wants a piece of this?
Nobody wants a piece of that.
Yeah, well, people said that about me, but I found a husband anyway.
Don't make me fall down. Don't make me roll my ankle.
Make you roll your other ankle. So there's been a lot of work done today. This whole walkway has come out, and the crooked walkway around that way has come out.
This is my shovel foot, thank goodness. Everybody has a dominant side.
That looks much safer.
It will be when I finish. It will be when I finish. I intended to finish, but then I got a little sidetracked because my curiosity got the best of me. I started digging a hole and Juan wouldn't let me finish, but I wanted to see if we hit an original sidewalk or something under here. So we have to go down about 2 feet. So far nothing, so I don't think whatever was here before they must have taken up when the island was raised. Can we stick the pry bar down in there and see if we hit anything solid? Because I hear something, but it may just be a rock.
No pasa la pipe del gas.
You don't have any pipe here, right?
No, no. Is there something? Nothing? We struck water. No, okay. So we're down, let's see, pull it up. Oops. So we're down 26, 27 inches. So no, there's no original sidewalk in there. All right, bummer. There's always a chance. Okay, I did unearth one piece of tile. Wash it off. See what we've got. Don't know what that is sticking out of it. That edge looks cut, not formed. So maybe there was a terracotta or some kind of clay tile walkway coming up. But it's not there now. In a previous life, I used to be in charge of a lignite surface mine up in Fairfield County, and you used to de-water the ground ahead of your mining operations. So I thought I should turn our sump on and de-water down here since we had all that rain and the water table's high. And it has been a problem from the very beginning that we have a makeshift hose that leaks really bad. So we always make a big mess down here when we do this. And I guess the other marble rolled around in my head, and I came up with this ingenious plan to put the leak back over the hole and let the water leak back down and not make a mess. So I'm going to let this thing run for a few hours and see if we make any progress. Joe's been upstairs giving tours, so I've been down here working since I didn't make much progress the other day. So I've carried most of the plumbing parts upstairs. Now I'm picking up trash and just generally cleaning up a little bit ahead of the concrete guys down here. And when Ricardo and his crew finish the sidewalk, they're going to come in and start working on these joists. So this is just one less mess they'll have to deal with when they're down here to help them be more efficient. But I have walked up and down those stairs about 20 times already, and the ankle feels pretty good. It was not too happy the other day when I worked on those bricks, but it's been 4 or 5 days of rest. So I think it's better. So far, so good. Juan is doing what I should have been doing. He's filling up the wheelbarrow and taking it around to the back door and taking it straight to the garage. But he is a lot stronger than I am, and he can get over that hump over there. Okay, he's added a brick for a ramp. I never would have been able to do that with that many bricks. But Maribel and I have been moving plumbing. Like I said, I already moved up all of the fittings. Looks better down here. We're having a bit of a conference here about tactics. Oops. I say pick the easiest one first. Pick the easiest one first. See how it goes. After removing the sidewalks, we had about an hour and a half to work down in the basement, and the plan down here is to get rid of that temporary beam. The guys that are doing the concrete need it out of the way so that they can pour that floor continuously. So we need those posts gone. And I've seen this temporary beam removed in the past. It's been taken down and re-put back up 2 or 3 times. So the floor above it holds, not great, not something that we want on a permanent basis, but good enough to get the concrete in. But I was still nervous about that, so I wanted to add some additional sister joists just to shore things up, since people would be down here working underneath this floor. So that's what Maribel and I had done, was go to Home Depot, buy some lumber, and you've seen joists being sistered before in the video on Uncle Lee's bedroom. There are a lot more issues down here. I'll get into a lot more in the next video about it. But what we started doing was just cleaning up. We Ricardo and his crew started cleaning up the existing joists, because when you sister 2 joists together, they have to be very tight. They have to really touch each other. So there were a lot of nails and obstructions and things to clean up and start preparing. And as Ricardo was doing that, he pointed out another, what he thought was a big safety issue. And it's something wrong with the floor above in the kitchen, the way they poured the concrete there. We've covered that in a previous video. I knew it was something that needed to be addressed long-term before we put the ceiling up in the apartment, but I did not view it as kind of an immediate safety issue. What I had not thought through, and what Ricardo realized, is that when they pour the concrete, as they prepare the ground for that concrete, they will bring in some big soil compactors to tamp this soil down, and it will create a lot of vibration. And he was very concerned about what that vibration might do to that concrete underlayment above. So we had to do a lot of conferencing and thinking about how we were going to address that. And we have just one day to do it before the concrete guys come on Monday. So that really took the rest of our day talking through and deciding on a game plan for the next day. And I'll get into a lot more detail in what's going on in the next video. And I'll walk you through the whole process of what's going on down here and why my plan for this area and actually for the concrete floor going in has changed a little bit to address some of these issues. Again, when you work with an old house, things just come up and you have to make adjustments as you find issues. This is not huge, but we will get into the detail of what's going on and what we're going to do to resolve some of these problems for the long term. More or less a permanent fix. So when we do the 2x8s, that'll hold part of it up, and then we'll put a 2x4 on the other side to support it.
No, pero ahí para que este sí lo voy a poner para acá porque está todo craqueado, ¿no? Para que dijo.
Este sí está craqueado. Estos son dobles.
Felt so good having Ricardo and his crew back on site. Their work ethic is just incredible. They've been working hard all day long, but they will not quit a minute before 5. They put in a very full 8-hour day. So they continued cleaning up these joists and kind of preparing for tomorrow. But with the plan in place, I think we might be able to get it done in one day. We'll see. But they will be back in the morning to pick this back up. All right, it was a productive day. Don't forget your lemons.
Yes.
But these guys are packed up and heading home, and like most days when we work, we solved some problems and created some problems. So now I have to address the front. Oh, I better get my tripod. Because we don't have broken concrete, but we've got a big step down in dirt, so we'll probably need to rake up and make a ramp there to smooth that out. And again, there's not much we can do until they finish the roof because they're going to just destroy everything. We didn't get around to taking our decorations down. That had been a goal for today. Ricardo's gonna go, don't look up. Just look at the tree. Give it, shake hard, shake hard, shake hard. Harder, harder. You can do it. You can do it. More, more. Keep going, keep going. There's still some left. Don't look, don't look. All right, big bucket. What are you gonna make? Carnitas? Thanks for watching. We will see you back next week here at the League-Kempner House in Galveston, Texas.